First thing is, do you know where this rocking chair came from?
Didn't it come from Millie?
It did come from Millie, and Millie had about 10 of these, maybe even 12. And people used to sit and watch lessons or workshops or all sorts of things. And before she died, she told me I could have one or two. So that's how come I got them. All right, so what I'm interested in is I'd like to talk a minute about getting set up here. So go, tell me when you're ready.
Sorry, I just have to listen.
Well, that's good. So while you're doing that, why don't you, check your thumb and everything and make sure that, it's good.
Ever since I bowed my rosining, I've always done it since I was like a.
Yeah, but you want to know something really interesting?
What?
When you bow on your rosin, you bow better than when you bow on your violin. You have a lot more cling because you don't think you're bowing. My opinion. All of your hair is flat on the rosin and it looks like you really keep the bow moving. So, here's what I have to say, okay? Your teacher gives you so many things to do that you will never do all of them in a practice. So I want you to come up with some exercises that you do when you start playing the violin that help you to connect to your instrument. So I like the cello scale where it's down, down, and then going, down the scale, it's up bow.
I can try that.
Why don't you try that? And the other one I was going to suggest you try is is some kind of rhythm to a chromatic scale. Why don't you do that one first? So can you make up a rhythm first? Okay. And while you're doing it, I want to be able to clap, talk on the phone, scream, whatever, distract you. And I want you to block out the whole world while you go up that chromatic scale.
Just one octave?
Whatever you want to do. Ah! You're looking at me. Do you feel like you were really connected?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, since your exercise is in a lot of A major, I want you to play an A major scale starting on, starting on the E string. And I want you to put in a couple of trills. And I want you to still focus in on your violin, on your hand position, on your relaxed self, and not me. I don't care if you play it wrong.
I control on each note.
You're gonna make it up. There's no right or wrong. I really liked it. What I really liked was that you kept your bow moving. You did not stop your bow at all. Okay. So let me hear separate bows, the very first slur in exercise 20. Okay, now I want to hear ya da 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 da. Hold the next fret. You didn't let me finish what I was going to say. I want to hear it slurred, and I want that much of it in the part of the bow that you're going to play it. Okay.
Eugene said he doesn't mind the bones, but I can still do it. What you're saying.
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Good. Play it faster. Okay, let's hear let's hear the second phrase, starting at a quarter of the bow down. Okay. Do that one again. Now do both of them. Good. Now see if you can do it faster and stop halfway with the bow. See if you can squeeze it all in. Stop looking at the music. Turn around. Good. Okay. See if you can play the next one. Start in the middle of the bow, because that one's not going to start at the frog, is it? Now see if you can do it. And you know what? Can I make a suggestion? Could you just, for the sake of Mommyville, could you act like it's really fun to play this? Yada da da da. See if you can make it, fun. Like a pro. Did I squish you?
No, I can't get Benji home now. It's not Bella now. It's Benji.
Okay, don't interrupt. We'll help you. Good. Do it again. Yada da da da. Oh, sorry. What?
If you want to see.
I don't want to see it. I want to hear it. I want it to be. I want you to sound like Itzy. Good. Now, see if you, in the next 5 minutes, set a timer. You could just do it on this, can't you?
Yeah, I can. Or I can do it on my watch.
Okay. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Okay, so I want you to work on this one. Is it also a down bow, or is this an up bow?
It really doesn't matter because Eugene said I can use whatever bow I want.
Well, if you're using down bow for this one, then this is an up bow.
Okay.
Right?
Yes,
You're not going to do a bow circle, are
But he
you?
says he doesn't mind what bowing I use, so I can do if I wanted to. But
Well, why don't you do what's printed on the music? Try that. Let me show you how I do it. that looks pretty good. Let me see you do it without looking at the music. Okay, I still, act like this is fun. It's bloody hell fun. Yeah, no, come on. What? And get off of the fingerboard.
You're gonna.
Okay, let's hear both of those measures with a lot of fun and gusto. Woohoo! Come on, I'm holding my pose. Go. Good. Okay, let's do the next phrase.
So it is a down bow.
You know what you could do? This is something that I learned when I was a child. We used to use these really amazing objects. They were yellow with little brown sections at the end, and they were kind of pointed. Some of them had a number 2 on them. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Metronome?
A pencil! Right in the bowing! Gosh. Really? Well, the one I'm looking at is.
Oh. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. Just write a down bow for the first one and an up bow for the second one, so that if you ever come in and just practice measure 3 and 4, you'll know without having to go backwards. Okay, let's hear measure 3 with no music. You can play it separate bows, but I don't want to see any music, and I don't want you on that fingerboard.
It's not.
I didn't say it was. I said I didn't want it. You almost looked like Eugene there, the way you made your mouth go. You know how he does that?
Here's.
Yeah, do it. Okay, show me how Marcia said to hold the violin, where you could take sneak peeks, but it was still on the side. It's okay. Yeah, okay, fine.
I just wanted to.
Just turn it off. And then show me how she said. Okay, now play it with the sneak peeks. Good. Does it start up bow or down?
Down.
Okay, let's hear it. Okay, you used this much bow for the first 2 and then this much for the last one. I was very impressed. You squeezed it in. See if you can keep it the bow moving slow. You know why that one was terrible? You know why? Stop! I'm telling you something really important. Because you didn't breathe. Because you didn't breathe and you didn't have fun. And that's why it sounded terrible. So play it again and breathe and have fun. Come on! I have to fall down. Go. That isn't fun. That is the slowest trill ever. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm already right here and I'm not even halfway.
But something's going on with the bow. That's why it doesn't sound beautiful. Something's gone on.
Before I was doing this, but I need to do
I don't care. Don't tell me details. Too much information. What?
It's just, okay.
You know what it have to walk all to the piano and back playing it now.
Yeah, no.
Because you're not really focused. Focus. Good. No, just come back. Okay, let's do one more measure for tonight. And,
We've already almost spent several
well, it's okay. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Now we're doing the dot. It's the same thing again.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so.
But we can move on to this one, which is
Okay, so did you mark these? So down, and this is an up.
up. Yes, and then
This is a down here?
Yes.
Okay, so play this one separate bows so I can hear it and you can memorize it.
Can I look at the music group?
Well, yeah, I would expect you to.
So I only do this. Wait. I was doing the wrong one.
I'll accept that. Okay, what piece are you working on?
I'm doing Bach and Chrysler.
Okay, let me see the Bach piece.
Okay. I'm doing the third movement.
Right. Let me see it.
I have 2 pencils here in case I lose one.
Bring it over here. I want to see it.
Okay, so the third movement is that.
Okay, so tell me where you speed up and slow down. Where does it get
I
icky?
speed up here, here, and here.
Why?
Because and here. But that is because there are a lot of 16th notes, and over here I don't think of there being 8th notes, so I kind of speed up because it's fun to play. This one here, same reason, but over here there's I rushed this before the chord, and then on this one it's 16th notes, so I kind of do.
I don't want too much information.
Okay.
I just want the answer to my question.
And these are 16th notes. And
Okay, so you are a Tin Man. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know what that means.
Did you ever watch The Wizard of Oz?
Once before.
You have no heartbeat. Okay? Put your violin down. Okay, where's the, have you listened to this piece before?
Yes.
On what, Spotify?
It's on Spotify and YouTube.
Okay, let's hear it on YouTube.
I just call it ball. Let me see.
Okay. I should tell Marcia she doesn't have to watch this at all. It's ridiculous.
Oh, but
Okay, but did you find it?
not yet.
Okay.
Let me get to the third movement. After Sonic is done.
Is this the third movement?
This is a Sonic ad.
No, I mean, is it only the third movement?
No,
or-
I have to skip to the third movement.
Okay, so just get to the sort of the middle of the second movement.
Okay. Oh. This is the second.
Okay, this is your challenge. You get to be the metronome for this person playing. So while the third movement's playing, you're gonna clap to the, you're going to be a metronome.
This is really early in the second movement. Can I?
Show me how you would do a metronome for this. Now that is if the person playing it has a steady beat. We're gonna find out, right?
It's probably gonna go a little faster because it's.
I would think so. Turn it up. That's as loud as it goes?
Yeah.
What does this make you, does it make you feel something when you hear it?
Kind of makes me feel mixed emotions, like kind of sadness, but also peaceful, and also a little happy mix. Like not too happy, but not too sad, but not too peaceful. It's kind of a little mixture.
Mm-hmm.
In some parts, when it gets loud, it does kind of seem more getting in the angry side. And the third movement is definitely very angry.
It is.
Like this is the sad part. Anyways.
Is there a lot left to this?
Kind of.
Okay, so skip a little.
Oh, here it is. This is the third movement after this one.
Can you pretend to conduct?
This is near where I mess up. It's actually.
Too much information. Metronomes are stupid, they just keep going.
I know.
So I learned something from watching you clap.
Oh, no.
Did you learn anything from that?
I learned that.
This is where you get to give me as much information as you want. So go ahead.
I learned that where I messed up, I had to keep going instead of like slowing down, thinking about. Like if I imagined playing it, I was imagining playing it myself, and I'm like, no, do a little slower, but I had to keep going as much.
I saw that, and see, I don't know the piece, so I was able to just keep my heartbeat going no matter what, and that's what you have to do. That's what orchestra music is good for, is to keep you at the first beat every single time. Never, ever, ever stop. So, you can practice with a metronome all you want to, but if you don't have that beat inside of you, it's not going to really help you that much. So, this is in, what is this piece in?
A minor.
No, the third movement.
It's an A minor.
What is the
A minor. Sorry, I shouldn't say anything. I'm sorry. The key is A minor, and the key.
I know, but how do you count each measure?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. And then over here you do.
Well, so that this is what is the matter. You don't know how to count it.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
It's in 8 times, so each eighth note is a quarter note.
So you're counting to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you
No,
count
there's
it?
9 beats in a measure, and the 8 on the bottom means that
I know what it means. I'm asking you how you count it.
you count.
What do you say for every measure? 1 and 2, and what do you say?
I mean,
1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. What do you say?
I just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, that's not what we were just clapping, is it?
I mean, that's what I was.
And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1, 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. You have to know what you are counting. And you don't. And neither do I. I'm not even very good at this stuff. But if you don't know what to say in your head, no wonder you're slowing down and speeding up.
I'm not.
So I think I would count this in
Over
3.
here, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6
And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a. You have to have something that you can say in your brain, because the metronome is not your brain. And if you don't have your 1 going, then no wonder your counting is off.
It's not. The reason I just speed up because I think they're easy parts and then I mess up.
No, the reason that you're not,
You've never.
my opinion, and you can disagree with me, is that you do not have this beat inside your body. And you're speeding up when it feels good, but you're not playing the beat. Yeah, da 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 da. Right? Okay, and it doesn't matter if you don't have the right names, like 1, 2, 3, but you have to have that push, do. So I'm going to ask you to get the chair and play it by memory, and I want you to tap your foot the whole time. You be your metronome.
Memorized?
Well, sure.
I barely know.
Well, then if you don't know it, then you'll stop, okay?
Ow.
Maybe that's why it's not, you slow down and speed up, because you don't know it that well. Okay, so first get your foot going. I don't know what your speed is. That's why you have to do it. And here, let me hear you say 1, 2, 3 before you start, or whatever.
8, 7, 8.
Good, keep going. It's okay. It's fine if you messed up because you don't have it memorized. But I want you to memorize it, and I want you to keep your foot tapping. Do you hear how you're driving it now?
Yeah.
Does it feel different?
It feels more different because I feel like I have to go like.
Yeah, you have to have it in here. If the beat's over there somewhere, it's not the same. It has to be inside you. And that is the purpose of the metronome, is so you can feel the beat. But if you're just tick-tocking, you're not really feeling it in your heart, which is where you have to feel it. So why don't you slow it down, or what is your speed, and this time put on the metronome on the place that you need help with, and tap and see if you can drive yourself with the metronome, okay? And you can sit or stand, I don't care, whatever you want, but I want you to drive that metronome. It's okay to have it on in the background. Do you understand?
Can I do it by memory and see if it works out?
You can do it your way. Why are you doing it so slow?
Because I don't know. Okay.
So you need to learn those steps, if you can't do it at the speed you were just doing it, then you need to not play with the metronome and memorize that part.
I had it on.
Okay, well, speed it up. You don't need to play it that slow. It sounds like a dead horse.
Hey.
Well, it does. No. When you're driving your beat is not when you're learning your piece. Okay, so if you have a section you need to learn and work on, just go back and stop and
I just
go.
need to warm up a spot to make
Well, okay, fine. But when you're playing with that metronome, I want you to drive that beat inside of you.
Okay.
Drive it.
I know this part, I'm just doing it too fast.
Well, why are you doing it at a different tempo than the other part?
I don't know.
Well, don't do that because it just then you're driving two different pieces. You have to drive one piece, one car. Yeah, let me hear that section you just did with the same level. Where's the metronome? Drive that beat that you're going. And if you're playing it that fast, why are you looking at the music? Stop. Don't look at the music. If you're playing it like that, you shouldn't need the music. Drive.
I'm getting my hair out of the way.
Let me see you tap your foot first.
I usually do a retired there.
Well, that's fine.
Was that good?
Well, it is, but the next thing you have to work on is, I really like how big and expressive it is on the big parts, but there aren't any small parts. You need to make some tiny mouse areas so that the big areas can sound bigger, okay? And this section here with the eighth notes is, can I hear that section?
What section?
That section in the the third line down in the last page.
Oh, man. What? That?
No, the last measure on the third line. I can't. I want to hear starting here.
Oh.
So, what note is that that's being repeated? It's an E?
Yes.
Okay. So here's your challenge. I want you to slow it down for just a second. And I want you to make all the E's sound different. I want some of them to be loud, some to be soft, some to be accented.
Section, all you're doing is which I can do dynamics in it, but
that's what I'm asking you to do. Can I see what the composer or the editor of this piece suggested? Are there any dynamics written there?
Except for a forte right there to go on to.
What is that? Excuse me. What is that broken triangle over there? Isn't that a crescendo right here? Doesn't it say to start small and then grow it as you go up the scale?
That's what I was doing.
Well, make it more. Yeah. God damn it. Get big. Start small and grow big. And use more bow when you get bigger and use less bow at the beginning. Figure out how to do that.
I know how to do it.
Do you? Really? Good, because then I don't have to play the violin. Excuse me. Can you also make it a goal, Ella? Look at me for a second.
Sorry, my hand is just really hard.
Go to rest position for a moment. Could you make it a goal to learn how to grow it after 10 times and not expect yourself to make it sound the way you want it in your head the very first time or the second time? Do you have a sound that you want? I do. I have a like a baby having a tantrum like you did yesterday.
I don't have a
Okay, but that's how I see it, is somebody getting more and more frustrated and whiny and grumpy and angry and whatever. But, it's not going to sound like a big growth the very first time. You have to do it about 5 or 10 times before you can really make it music out of it.
Okay.
You got the notes now, so see if you can make it super tiny, and don't be afraid to make it super tiny and then bigger and bigger. Let's just see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. So I think the note that's really loud is the E, right?
Well, yeah, it's an open string.
Okay, so maybe you can try to hit the open string, slow it down a little bit, a lot, and see if you can figure out how to make the open E string a little softer. Maybe lighten up something in your right arm or do something. I don't know what, just play with it for a minute. Try making less motion with your arm. See if you can do it without a lot of motion and do it more in the middle of the bow.
Oh, you said it was a tip thing, so.
Oh, well then try the tip. Definitely. Stay at the tip, Golden. Yeah, you see what's going on musically is that the E string is just coming out so strong. And what happens is as you go through this section, you are getting more and more closer to the frog. So see if you can keep yourself up at the tip and don't play those open E's so hard. So what I think is happening, can I say, and then you can say, okay? To me, what's happening is that it would be so much easier to play this if you played cello, because then your high string wouldn't be over there where your strongest playing is. So I think you need to kind of accent those notes on the D and A string more. What do you think?
I mean,
I don't think you'll ever get rid of that loud, brazen open E. But,
yeah, of course, but
what do
I
you
was
think?
thinking that when I do it, I notice I get louder on the E string because it's the first starting note.
Right.
Like you can hear it gets louder on the E before I get to the other notes.
Right. It's
So
like
maybe-
it's hogging.
Maybe I could do it.
If you're also giving the E string a lot more bow than you're giving such. You're also giving the E string this much bow and the other one's this much bow. And you're not at the tip like he asked you to. Well, you're looking at me, and what I'm trying.
I was thinking while I was looking.
Okay,
I don't actually
but I
try
think
to
this
look at
is a
things.
Marcia question or a Eugene question. I'm not a violinist. I don't know how to do it. I can only tell you that I don't think you'll get rid of that thing, but maybe you could make it better. But here you are in the middle, yeah.
I was moving out. Sorry, I'm so grumpy. I'm just kind of tired.
Well, the other thing is when you're going down bow, you have all the hair on your string, and when you're going up bow, you're all tilted, so that those two are not getting in. Try flattening out your bow more. Right. So what I want to hear is even if you can't make the E string quieter, see if you can make the notes that we want to hear louder. So play me the scale. play me the notes. How does it go? It goes G sharp.
And then it goes back to first, but it really
Play that again up at the tip and see if you can get that super loud. And then add the E. Good. Now play it with a crescendo without the E. Good. Now, if you're not too tired to do it with shake your hands out. Now, just yada, 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 accent them and play the E. Start at the tip. Well, I can definitely hear it better now, can you? I don't know if that's kosher. You probably have to keep your bow moving a little more, right? Or something?
I can't do that.
Right. I think it's better, don't you? Actually, it is. So maybe, tomorrow's your lesson. Oh, speaking of that, is there anything, so what is he going to ask you to play that you think you need to work on? Anything?
Not exactly that I can think of.
Well, what about number 20?
We worked on that.
I know, but,
Well, I actually
so maybe you could tell him you just barely started it. I don't think you want, I think it's fine to do 2 or 3 measures really nicely
But
and to play half a page badly, but that's
But
just
I
me.
didn't do half the page badly. I can do.
Okay, guess what?
You don't want to hear the whole thing.
Too much information. Thank you. Well, it is. I'm not impressed. I already know you're smart. You don't have to prove it to me. Okay?
Can I?
Can you put it away? No. I want to hear. I want to hear what else is on the list and what's on the Google Doc. Where do you have the Google Doc? Did you do everything on the Google Doc?
But the recording is going to turn off if I check it.
I don't need you to check it. Okay. What about your list? Did you do everything on your list this week? Pretty much. Can you get your list and look at it?
I did that. I definitely did that a lot. And I did that. And I did that. And I did that.
Okay, so
Yes.
I don't think you're gonna talk to Marcia in the morning, but if you do, fine. So you tell me what you think you ought to do in the morning.
I'm probably going to do flesh and then Kreutzer 20, just like my lesson order.
Okay,
And then maybe I can tone up a little bit of my pieces.
all right, that sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, upload it, and then make sure you erase some videos that have already been uploaded because you don't want to
Oh.
run out of space during your lesson.
Like what happened at the concert.
Right.
Anyways,
Exactly.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.